Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing all that. And of course, it's not a replacement for everything. It's as she said, it's an add-on. Okay. It's really, really, really a benefit to making all the equipment you have and all the products you have work better. Okay. And so that's the way I describe it. These two products, Rise and Restore, make the products, the basic 90 work better. Okay. All right. You want me to just jump in now or?
Yeah, Doc, jump in.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, jump.
Okay. Thank you, ladies. Okay. Well, basically, we have to think of ourselves as well as we do our car. You know, when you turn on the ignition, the dashboard lights up and you have all these gauges and everything that's telling you the temperature, engine, how much oil you have, and all that kind of stuff. And you have to think of yourself in the same way that you're looking at your car. Most people get more information on a daily basis from the gauges on their dashboard of their car than they do about themselves. Okay. And so it's really something we have to kind of correct, get everybody going in the right direction. And of course, we have so many diseases that people are failing with. We have found the cause, prevention, and reversal of Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis, ALS, Huntington's chorea, frontotemporal dementia, Charcot-Marie-Tooth, Bell's palsy. There's about 50 different diseases you get. You're having demyelinating stuff in the brain. We knew this. We came out with a book. It's all in your head. That's osteoporosis of the skull. When you have osteoporosis of the skull and you're losing your myelin in your brain and spinal cord, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. You're in big trouble. And of course, I love the picture on page 6 of the book. It's all in your head. Okay, page 6. And it's really an education for everybody. Okay, you've seen this before many, many times, but look at it now in a kind of a different light. The top picture is a normal skull at autopsy. Take the top of the skull off. The camera's looking down on the brain. The skull is a quarter of an inch thick, as normal. The bottom one, they've taken the top of the skull off. Uh-oh. Somebody did something to me.
I don't know.
Back, Doc, just a second.
Power of 3. I don't know what that is.
That's the longevity presentation.
Okay, you want to show that presentation?
No, I don't.
Because it just lit up. Power of 3.
It's got a life of its own, I think. I don't know.
I'm trying to get rid of it.
Somebody punched a button.
There, we're back
There
to
we
you.
go. There we go. Okay, the bottom one is a skull with osteoporosis. They're taking the top of the skull off. The camera's looking down on the brain. And the skull's 1.5 to 2 inches thick. They're squeezing the 12 pairs of cranial nerves as they're coming through the skull and squeezing the spinal cord as it's going through the skull. Okay, so on page 7, you're looking at a picture of the brain and where all those 12 pairs of cranial nerves go to, what organs they go to, and what diseases you get. And then there's a chapter for each one of the 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Okay, there's a chapter, and in each of the chapters, it tells you what nutrients you need to take to deal with it and so forth. Okay, and then, of course, we have for the spinal cord, we have a CD. It was so complicated, it would be half a book. So we put it into a CD to go along with It's All in Your Head. This is a perfect thing. Okay, so you get the myelin, okay, the I-26. That's why we came out with the I-26 to be able to rebuild the white matter in the brain. And you do not want to be taking any drugs that lower cholesterol. Cholesterol is your best friend. Cholesterol makes up 85%. Cholesterol makes up 85%. Cholesterol makes up 85% of the white matter of your brain and spinal cord. Okay, cholesterol is not a bad thing. You just don't want to fry it. You can have it, cooked medium and medium rare kind of thing. And we have the Xerafem for females. Take a couple of those twice a day because cholesterol is like 85% of your hormones for both males and females. In males, we have Xeratest, okay? But there's where you need the I-26 because it helps rebuild the brain, helps rebuild your various hormones. And one of the things that we have, which we really haven't used very much, we've used the CDs and that kind of stuff. This is a DVD of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. It's not somebody reading the book. This is actually filmed by professional movie theater teams. Okay, and Dr. Milan. She likes the someone should go to jail. The subtitle. She likes the subtitle. Okay, but this really, it's 2 hours and 8 minutes, and of course in the back, it goes into 30 different chapters. Okay, some are only a couple of pages long, but it goes into those 30 chapters, and you can say, I want to watch chapter 14. So you just scroll to chapter 14, press the button, and you see that one. You don't have to read and see chapter 13, 1 through 13 to get to 14. So it's a great tool. And again, you buy 10 of these, you get a nice discount. Then you sell one by one. You make a profit because you get the discount when you buy 10. And again, the title of it is Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the DVD. Okay, it's a DVD. I think that's the term I'm using correctly. Right? DVD?
Yep.
Yeah, DVD. I got it right. I want to make sure I didn't chase you the wrong direction. Okay. And so it's a great tool. And it's one of those things you can show it to one person in your home or kitchen. You can show it and, take a break after an hour and have a snack or something, then come back and finish the second half. Or you can show it to 12, 15 people in your living room or den or office. You can show it to a classroom that holds 15 to 25 people. You can show it to a big, huge audience. It was actually made for big audiences. Okay. So if you're going to give a talk for like some kind of organization that will have 50 to 100 people or more, 1,000 people watching, they have it set up. You show this DVD, and again, you take a break at about the end of the first hour. Let them all visit little boys and girls' room, do their thing, and come back and watch the second half. And then you have questions and answers. You will educate the people who are watching this thing. It'll blow their minds. And it's all in color. And like I said, it is professionally filmed and produced by movie theater professionals. So we're very, very proud of the Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And as I said, Dr. Milan, she likes the subtitle, Someone Should Go to Jail. Okay. And the diseases that afflict us are all easily gotten rid of. Okay. And we're talking about Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease. And of course, page 27, Parkinson's goes into Melinda O, one of the gals that we got rid of her Parkinson's disease after the doctors, after, I don't know, 9 or 10 years, said she only had days to live. She might not even wake up tomorrow morning. Okay. And we got her going on the program. And in 2 months, she didn't have the Parkinson's disease anymore. This story is in the slip chart. Everybody should be getting the slip chart because of that one story. Okay. But it goes into Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and of course, Parkinson's disease afflicts a tiny, tiny piece of the middle of the brain. We're talking about a piece the size of a couple of quarters. Okay. Substantia nigra is the name of the thing that causes Parkinson's. It causes tremors. Its purpose is to balance you. Okay. So you don't fall down. Okay. It gives you balance. Well, when the white matter, when the myelin goes away in the substantia nigra, okay, you get Parkinson's disease. When you get the myelin going away in the entire brain, you can lose 85% of your brain mass, okay, and just have water in your skull, and you'll have Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a universal loss of myelin, but it's all repairable. It's all fixable. Doctors say it's not. Well, guess what? It is. It's fixable. It's repairable. And this is one of those things where when you get, again, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the DVD, 2 hours and 8 minutes, or Milan, again, Dr. Milan likes Someone Should Go to Jail, the subtitle. And this is something I like people to get Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the book, and they can get Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the DVD, and get Dead Doctors Don't Lie, the CD. You can listen to it in the car as you're driving around. And so this is not a difficult thing. These are all tax deductible because they're tools in your business. And so they're tax deductible. You're not just throwing money away. And doctors have a problem. Okay. And why do you think doctors make so much money? Why do you think they came up with the ability, okay, to have insurance to pay doctors? Well, you go back to the beginning, and they found some new stuff going back 3.3 million years ago. They found new tools that human beings had made 3.3 million years ago. This was on the newspapers this morning. Wow. Okay. And everything went well until 3:00 in the afternoon, Monday, September 4th, 1882, on Pearl Street in New York City, in the bluff overlooking the construction of Brooklyn Bridge, when Thomas Edison pulled the switch for electricity, and everybody went to electricity. We didn't have the land flowing with milk and honey anymore. Okay, so for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, we had the land flowing with milk and honey. It was in the old Bible 2,000 years ago. People knew that there were places where people lived to be 120, 200, 300, 400, 500, because they were getting something in those locations. Well, it's the water coming down the side of the mountains with all the powder in it that looked white, so it looked like milk. All the minerals going into the valleys made more flowers, more bees, more honey. So in the Bible, the old Bible 2,000 years ago, they talked people lived the longest because they lived in the land flowing with milk and honey. Okay, and there's still these places right now in Pakistan. Okay, the Hunzas in the Himalayan mountains. The average lifespan of the people in the Hunza is 122 years. They don't have a single medical doctor there. They don't have a single medical doctor, and yet they are the longest lived people on Earth. In humans in America, it's one of those things where we have white medical doctors who live to be 75. We have black medical doctors who live to be 67. We have medical doctors who are emergency room doctors who are up all night. Their average lifespan is 55.7. Doctors don't do well. Okay, you should take everything they tell you with 10 grains of salt and a lot of cautiousness, because they don't live a long time. They have all these terrible diseases themselves. Okay, so just remember, in 1772, when Thomas Edison, excuse me, 1872, and when Thomas Edison flipped the switch and turn on electricity, we didn't have the wood ashes and coal ashes anymore to put in our food and put in our gardens. The wood ashes and coal ashes had the minerals in it we needed. That's how we kept recirculating them. Well, when we went to electricity, no more wood ashes, no more coal ashes. And that's when they had to have hospitals and had to have health insurance, because people couldn't pay all the money. And so some clever insurance people said, well, we'll come up with an insurance program. So their employers can pay for all that. Okay. So that's how that worked. And so with that, I'll turn that back over to you guys, because again, we have the tools. Dead Doctors Don't Lie teach you how to make diagnosis, teach you how to treat people with, high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis. We have the book, It's All in Your Head. We have the book, let's see, what's the other one? Oh, metabolic syndrome. Okay. those two books, It's All in Your Head, the Metabolic Syndrome, cover about 50 different diseases that you get when you have nutritional deficiencies that afflict the brain and spinal cord. But that's quickly reversible. I mean, we're talking weeks. You reverse these things with a supplement program and a diet, getting rid of the bad foods. Okay, back to you now.
Sure, if I could
Hey, Doc, the article that you read in the paper, what are the things that they found was for?
Okay, you have to speak up. You're looking down. I can't hear you.
The sand, you said there was a thing in the paper?
You have to speak into the microphone, Charmaine.
we lost her, Doc. I'm sure she'll be right back. But while we're waiting for Char to come back, let me give everybody your 800 number for the books.
Okay, it's for the books and CDs and DVDs. You're looking at 1-800-755-4656, 1-800-755-4656. And then, of course, online, www.drjwallach.com, www.drjwallach.com. Remember, when you buy 10 of any title of books, you get a big discount, okay? And then when you sell one to somebody, you sell it at the regular price and you make a profit, okay? But to do that, you have to buy 10 of them, and you get the discount when you buy 10, whether it's the Dead Doctor Don't Lie, the DVD, the Dead Doctor Don't Lie, the book, It's All in Your Head, the book, Metabolic Syndrome, the book, Let's Play Doctor, the book. Let's see here. We have Hell's Kitchen. We have Immortality. We have Epigenetics. We have people all over the world just buying Epigenetics, the book, like crazy, okay? Because it's a science, and I'm one of the co-founders of the science. It replaces the genetics. There are no genetically transmitted diseases. Okay, the only thing that's genetic is your eye color, your skin color, and whether you're a boy or girl, and your hair color. That's it. That's the only thing that are controlled by genetics. Over to you.
Dave and Pam have their hand up.
Yep.
Hi, Doc. Hi, everybody. Thank you so
Now
much.
I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
You hear me?
That's Pam.
Okay.
Pam and
Thank you so much. Doc, you sound so great today. You're so full of energy and right on task. And so I just want to get right to the point. We just had a football player go down and had to have some surgery. And I'm sure you heard about that, the Lions, Aiden Hutchinson. And I want to get a protocol for him and get that off to him. I want him back on the field.
Okay, now what did he go down from? Did he go down from something going on with his knees or his hips or his back or his head or what?
His leg. Yep, he had a fracture in his leg.
Fracture?
Yeah, and he's probably 200 pounds. I think they did take him in for surgery right away, but we want to mend him up.
Okay, well, basically, he needs to have a cast put on that leg. But if he had a fracture on that one leg, he's got osteoporosis all over his bones, all over his whole body. He needs the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. He needs the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. He needs the glucogel, 3 of those 3 times a day. And my favorite source of calcium is the Cal Toddy. 1 ounce gives you 92% of your daily requirement of calcium. So I take 2 ounces a day. So I'm taking almost 2 requirements of calcium per day with the Cal Toddy. It tastes good. It tastes a little spicy. And then, of course, I get the calcium out of the glass by putting in an ounce. After I'm done with the Cal Toddy, I put in an ounce of the minerals, plant-derived colloidal minerals. Okay, put in there, switch it up, and it puts that little bit of calcium that's left in the cup, and so I get it all plus the 75 to 95 minerals that's in the ultimate enzymes. Okay.
Thank you so much, Doc. I'm going to send it off to him. Appreciate it.
Oh, also, don't forget, he should also take the vitamin D3 to make sure he's absorbing those minerals and putting them in the bones. Okay, vitamin D3 wouldn't hurt for him to take 2 or 3 of those twice a day.
Thank you, Doc. Maybe Sanjeev would even want to go and see him, huh? Thank you.
Hey, Sue has her hand up.
Yeah, it's more of just an update. Last week, I do believe I had asked you for one of my clients who takes all her 90 essentials daily, like she needs to start with. She she had some gland problems, and yeah, she had big glands going and wanted to know what to do. And you had talked about the colloidal silver 3 to 4 times a day on both sides of her tongue. She was hesitant because she was afraid of bowel confusion, with the death of where the enzymes and bacteria in your bowel. But she discovered that she has no problems at all with her bowels, and her glands and her neck are all better.
Good.
Or they've shrunk down that she knows they're going to be gone totally back to normal, is what she said. They're
What did it
almost
take? A
dead.
couple of weeks?
Was this like 10 days? I guess that was 2 weeks ago we talked.
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
that's
but
about
it
right.
quit.
Yeah, 10 days to 2 weeks, you should start seeing something dramatic.
Yeah,
And
she was pretty quick in her response to it. So she was excited and wanted me to pass it on to you that
okay,
just
good.
colloidal silver, in addition to her basic 90, made a great difference for her.
Okay, good. Thank you for sharing that.
Does anybody else have their hand up?
I see another hand waving.
It's
It was
Martha,
just
go ahead.
unless somebody else has their hand up. I have a question that was emailed. This is a 52-year-old male. He is 5'9", 165 pounds. He takes 1.5 healthy body start packs a month. He's gluten-free, mostly veggies, follows a good and bad list. The last 6 months, his energy levels have dropped. He still walks. He doesn't play basketball or baseball anymore because he's too tired to enjoy sports. And you're showing rebound, and I bet Shar will hold up her rebound too.
Oh, yeah, I got mine right here. Whoa.
Yep, there you go.
It comes in many forms. And of course, the rebound, if you're going to get the sticks, it comes in a box of 30 of these. I go through 2 of these a day, one at breakfast and one, say, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And today will be after this event here at 4 o'clock. I'll have another one of these. And this was made for Theo Ratliff because he was so tired after all his basketball games. So we made the rebound for him. And then, of course, we actually turned the Healthy Start Pack into the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack with the glucogel. I made the glucogel for him. And he came back and he played for 9 more years. They took his job away. They fired him. He got it back in 3 months after all our programs, with the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, which is a Healthy Start Pack and the glucogel and the rebound. And in 9 years, he made $134 million in contracts. And they said his career was over.
Not bad.
Well, you
Absolutely.
figured out the remedy for that, Dr. Wallach, and we all thank you because it helped him and it helps us too. Sue has her hand up.
Well, yeah, it was actually the poor Charmaine's beautician who has the appendicitis, the ruptured appendix. Those things you got to have a doctor for to, make sure you don't get peritonitis and other stuff. But wondering what should she do to have prevented the appendix problem, and what should she do now that she doesn't have an appendix?
Okay. Well, she needs to be taking the colloidal silver, take the 90 essential nutrients. Okay. And don't forget the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, 3 of those twice a day. It causes an increase in blood flow into the stomach and the intestines, into the kidneys, into the heart, into the brain. Don't forget the I-26. Take 2 or 3 doses a day of that, whether the chewables or the powder or the capsules, and it helps rebuild all the myelin in the big nerves, including the 10th cranial nerve, which controls the esophagus and the stomach and the intestines and so forth. And so the 10th cranial nerve, the vagus nerve, is very, very important. All those things down line, okay, from the brain, and doctors want to do surgeries, and so sometimes you need an emergency surgery if they have appendicitis and blow out an appendix, okay? But if they'd have been taking all the 90 essential nutrients, that wouldn't have happened.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, what she had was a burst appendix. It was an emergency surgery.
Yep.
Yep. Not good.
Those 90 essential minerals are so important, if just
Well, there's 60 essential minerals, 60 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids, but there are 90 essential nutrients. And this is all over the world. And of course, back in the Bible days, 2,000 years ago, it was written up in the old Bible 2,000 years ago that there were places on earth where people lived a long life. And these were the lands flowing with milk and honey. Now, they didn't know all the chemistry and all this, that, and the other, but they knew that there were certain areas where people lived a long time. Well, today, Pakistan, the Hunzas in the Himalayan mountains, these are the people who live the longest now. Their average lifespan of all the villages in Hunza, okay, is 122. And then, of course, there's always the ones who live to be 130, 140, 150, okay, because they're getting more of the good stuff, okay? And they're staying away from the bad stuff. So the old stuff from 2,000 years ago is still the same, but it all went away at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday, September 4th, 1882, when Thomas Edison pulled the switch and converted everybody to electricity. Everybody gave up wood and coal as fuel, and we didn't have the wood ashes and coal ashes anymore, where we were getting our nutritional minerals. That's where we're getting our nutritional minerals over the years, over thousands of years. And guess what? They found some tools, man-made tools, dating back, and they found it in Africa. It was in the newspaper this morning, 3.3 million years ago. 3.3 million years ago, these tools were made. They dated it from something. I don't know. There was something in this site in Africa where they found this stuff. And it came out to be 3.3 million years ago. So some human being made these tools. They're stone tools, primarily cutting tools, knives, and things like that. But it was obviously made by a human being. It wasn't just something that a lightning struck the mountain and cracked a rock open. This was actually made, and they tested it, and it was 3.3 million years old.
Wow.
So I have a VHS tape of Rene Russo visiting the Hunzas and them playing volleyball. And when the men turn 100, they dye their beards red to signify that they're over 100 years old. And they had a picture, the videotape man, 145 years old, playing volleyball with all the men. So we've never had anybody live to be 145 years old in the United States, let alone play volleyball. So I thought that was very interesting.
Yeah, the oldest one in the U.S. has been, I think, 122 years and 164 days, something like that.
Yep. I think Pam and Dave just had their hand up.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
So we have this friend in Colorado, and he's a sheep farmer. And he had
I'm sorry, he's a what farmer?
Sheep. And Dave had told the story about the sheeps that you had saved with remember all the sheep that died?
Oh yeah, 1,000 sheep died in one night.
Correct. Dave told that story. And so the man got interested, and he started taking the product for himself. And he had some, leg pains and stuff. And he called back Dave the other day. He says, I can't believe it, Dave. I thought I'd maybe feel a little bit better. He says, I'm almost 80% better. And he's like 77 years old. And he says, sign me up. I want more.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he's very excited.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that one. Yeah. And of course, this is what went on in reverse when Thomas Edison turned on the electricity, and everybody wanted electricity. Okay. It was a terrible, terrible, terrible thing that happened is because they gave up the wood ashes and the coal ashes. That's where we're getting our minerals, and just about wiped out humanity.
Yeah, technology sometimes isn't all that great, right?
Unintended consequences. So do we have time, Doc, for one more emailed question?
Yeah, I've got another few minutes here.
Yep.
Okay, so this is a 47-year-old female. She's 5'3", 110 pounds. She's having trouble sleeping. She's been taking the 90 for like 10 years. She only drinks decaf coffee. She has one rebound and one ACT before noon. She started the Beyond gummies, but it's not really improving her sleep. She wants to know if she can add melatonin from the health food store.
Well, she can do that. She can add the let's see here. She can also for sleep. She can add the I-26, so her brain and spinal cord work properly. Okay, and sleep ease is another good one to add for the sleep.
Okay.
And they got the gummy bears that you do now too. The new product. Gummy, they're like gummy bears to chew.
There you go.
They sent samples of them and I took them.
Have you tried them, Char?
I didn't buy them yet. I'm going to buy some.
But did you try the samples?
They came 3 in a pack, and so apparently you're supposed to take 3 at night when you go to bed. So
Yeah, they're sending out samples, with orders now to get
they
people.
taste good. They taste really good, like candy.
Mm-hmm.
I like stuff that tastes good because I'm a wuss.
Well,
So
people are more prone to take a supplement if it tastes good, right?
it's easier to get people to do it, especially me.
I think the cow toddy tastes like marshmallows, Dr. Wallach. I like the way that tastes. A lot of calcium in there.
Yep. Yeah, cow toddy. I take an ounce of that twice a day, and then I clean out the cup with the ultimate minerals. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So, Dr. Wallach, we have a few new people in our church group today. I don't know if any of them have any questions. Beth's waving.
Okay, if they have a question, I got about 3 or 4 more minutes here.
Yeah, Beth, do you want to come up? I'll unmute you if you want to ask Doc about.
Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Hi.
We have some new people. I thought it'd be nice if you talked about the original mineral product and how you developed it, formulated, that sort of thing. Because I don't think.
Yeah, the original mineral product was the plant-derived colloidal minerals. And one of my favorite original products was a herbal rainforest, which has 75 minerals in it and 15 herbs. That's a great little product. It's still flying out the door. Okay. Does a lot of great things. But the Cal Toddy, you get 1 ounce gives you 92% of your daily requirement of calcium. So I take an ounce at breakfast, ounce at dinner time. So I'm sure I get at least 100% of my calcium. And then, of course, the plant-derived colloidal minerals have 95 different minerals in there, 95 different minerals. And I use that to clean out the Cal Toddy cup. And so I get an ounce of that twice a day also. And so it's one of those things where I'm 85 years old, and most people think I'm in my 50s when they look at me. They can't believe I'm 85 years old. And it's one of those things where you give your body the raw materials. The good Lord gave us the capacity to maintain ourselves and to heal ourselves and to operate our arms and legs and brain and back and so forth for at least at least 100 years. Okay, at least 100 years. And so everybody should go at least 100 years. And just remember, Pakistan right now, you can look it up. Their average lifespan is 122. 122. They have the longest average lifespan of any country right now. They live in the Himalayan mountains, or let's see here. And it's one of those things where
The Hunzas, you mean?
You
mean the Hunzas?
Yeah, the Hunzas, yeah. Yeah, and they live, in the Himalayan mountains in Pakistan. And they don't have a single medical doctor in any of the villages. They don't have a single medical doctor in any of the villages, and yet they're the healthiest and longest lived people on earth. Okay, it's not a genetic thing. It's because they're getting all the minerals because they live in the land flowing with milk and honey, and they're getting all those minerals. Okay.
And with that, you said in the past that Johns Hopkins University did a study, and the more prescriptions people are taking, the faster they die. And people need to be aware of that. That's very telling. So
I'm sorry, the more they what?
The more prescription drugs people take, the faster they die.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And so people need to be aware of that, because when you take prescription drugs, when you see all the side effects, you may decide not to take them because the side effects are worse than whatever's wrong with you.
Yeah.
Dr.
Things
Wallach,
are changing fast. The 7-Eleven is closing 450 stores, and the Walgreens is shutting down 120,000 stores.
And Rite Aid's closed every pharmacy in Michigan. Rite Aid did.
They shut down what? Every what?
Every pharmacy they're just like Walgreens. They're a pharmacy store.
They shut them all down in Michigan.
Everyone, it's all shut down.
Wow. Yeah.
Martha wants to say something.
Well, I was just going to say, Dr. Wallach, I remember you talking about minerals as the cofactors, and my background is in biochemistry, and I think most people don't realize that we need minerals for all the other reactions in our body to work. And if we don't have the minerals, that's what causes all these diseases and conditions. So
that's correct. And when you look at the old Bible days, and again, it was very astounding to me that they found this place in Africa now, that they found these tools, and they tested it, and the test said that they were 3.3 million years old, and they were man-made cutting tools made out of stone.
that's amazing.
Amazing.
Okay, well, thank you, everybody. Let's get this out there, and don't forget, if you buy 10 of these, you get a discount. And when you sell one to somebody at the regular price, you get a nice profit. Okay. This is a DVD, 2 hours and 8 minutes long. It has 30 chapters, and chapters range from a couple of pages to several pages. Okay. And this was actually filmed by professional movie production people. Okay. And so the production is crazy good. So you show it for an hour, take a break, come back after the break, finish it up, answer questions, and have a dinner, then come back, answer more questions. This is a great tool because you're seeing things. You're hearing people talking and answering questions and stuff. This is a big tool to supplement the Dead Doctor Don't Lie book. It can go with the Dead Doctor Don't Lie book, or it can go by itself, okay?
And again, that 800 number is 800-755-4656. drjwallach.com, wellnesspublications.com. So
there you go, drjwallach.com.
Yeah. Thanks everybody for joining us today. Hope to see you again.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.